So was the day. Is it working day for you for today?
Yes, Raghu.
Okay. Thank God it's Friday.
Yeah. Until that 4-day work week is implemented, we had to work on Fridays.
But even if you have Friday, you can't go anywhere, right? This is the weekend.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you ready to take the vaccine, Rakesh?
I'm ready to take, but they are not ready to give. Lot many second doses are not done yet, so people are still waiting for it.
Are you looking for Covishield or Covaxin?
Either of them, because we do take care whether we are vaccinated or not.
Yeah, that's true. 2 months ago, no one was keen on taking the vaccine. Suddenly, the situation changed now.
Yeah. Now people want it, but they are not ready.
Right.
And some people were very specific about taking Covaxin. Covishield is available. No, we'll wait for Covaxin.
Yeah, I think everybody is behind Covaxin. Yeah. But I think the stock is not there, right? I think so. Their production is comparatively less than Covishield.
Yep.
Good that the government of India, they made it free of cost at COVID. Otherwise, people will be ending up paying money, and or the hospital network definitely will increase the charges based on the demand.
Yeah. Initially, they thought of selling it, but I think they changed their decision.
Yeah.
Because states started telling them, okay, though central is giving for cost, we'll provide for free. It was that kind.
Yes, that's true. Otherwise, local MLAs, MPs, a lot of influencers, people will be now getting recommendations to give vaccine only to the people who are following them.
Right. With this process itself, they are doing that. They do call hospital people, tell them give only to this person, all those things. But one vaccine bottle, if they open, they have to give it for 10 people in 2 hours.
Oh, I see. Okay.
They can't just give for one person and keep it like that.
So where it, I mean, so this is everywhere, or in some places. I mean, so if you call them, say if an MP or MLA, so if they call,
that happens in government hospitals.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's early sign that the cases are coming down. It's a good sign.
Yeah, it should gradually go down. So it should not be like, it slows, it goes down for a couple of days and third day it spikes up like anything.
That's true.
And if they release this lockdown because of this, downgrading the number of cases, that will again spike up like anything.
Yeah, but so the economists saying that if they continue this lockdown, this financial situation in India will go down, and then it will be very difficult to come up.
Yeah, people should either compromise with their financials or they should wear masks. 50% people don't wear masks. That's the study says.
Okay, let's hope everybody's back. So let's get started. So yesterday there was one exercise, right? I think did anyone try to write that?
Yes, Raghu, it's working. So the moment we run the Ansible playbook on server, it asks for, it prompts to ask a name. And the moment we provide it, it will upload it to the respective HTTPD index.html file, and it restarts the HTTP.
Okay, so you are getting that your name on the web server, web
Yes,
page,
yes.
right?
Yeah, every time we give a different name, it comes on the browser by default if we refresh the page.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So did anyone else also try it, or it's an extremely simple exercise. All right. Okay. So let's continue. I think we'll also write that exercise also. So we'll start with that if possible. So this is what the exercise I think Rakesh is already done. So in this case, so what is that we are trying to do is we will try to use template module here. Have you used template also? Okay.
Yes, Raghu.
No. So in your exercise, have you used template? Like how did you written?
No, I did not use any template. I used the similar format.
Okay. So this one, this example, whatever given you an exercise yesterday. So this is using template. This is your inventory servers, yes, and then this is become as the bash prompt. What's your name? So it will be stored in this variable, and the task is that copy this so and so file, whatever, to the index.html here. Source is index.html. So this file we need to create now, and here at handler we have used so up to here I think we know. Now so this is the variable. This is where it is capturing it is reading the input which we are giving, and this we will use in the index.html. Just saving this now. Now let me create index.html here only. I think I already have that. The simple HTML. So here, what is that we use this? We use this variable called username directly in the HTML. So this HTML, while passing through to the destination, the variable will be supplied by the Ansible Playbook. So let's try that. Ansible Playbook plus syntax check. Syntax looks fine. And let's directly execute.
So to display the name here while typing, we have to use private no, is it?
Yeah, so it has to be displayed, right? Instead of ASCII, yeah. Okay, I think SSH, we did not started that mission.
This is using template, so I have used a copy, like copying. So I replace the file in node machine dynamically with the name. I
Okay.
used content and copy.
Okay, so when you say content, like how did you capture it? So if this is your variable, use
I use
supplied
the
that.
string interpolation.
Okay, so
under
the got it. So now can you differentiate what is the difference between a template and a copy?
I think when we run the playbook, actually template gets executed, and it captures the values like dynamic variables if any are prompted, and then it sends it to it saves it to index.html, which will be consumed at the destination file.
So can't I use variable in static files like copy during copy?
Static files, no, then linking may not happen, right?
Okay, so yeah, that's true. So the variables, the values will not be carried to the files when you use copy. So the machine is now up and running. So let's try now. Statement is pushed. So let me go to the copy of this machine. Yeah. So now you can supply the name likewise. Right. So directly you can define your own HTML and you can do that. So what is that we did? We did this with index.html. So here the variable we supplied in the HTML directly. So when we use template, the advantage is that in case if there are any variables using the flower bracket, it will supply the value. It will replace the value which is there in the playbooks memory. But whereas when you use file or when you use copy kind of stuff, so that variable value will not be replaced. So that is one difference. This is even same in Chef as well or Puppet as well. Yeah, I want to give a try. If anybody wants to give a try, let me put that in the meeting chat. Also, let me give the index.html. I'll just give you a couple of minutes, just in case if you want to give a try, just try that. Let me see if anybody able to complete this. What is the new module we learn here? We learn a new module called template here. Just a recap from yesterday's also playbooks. What are the modules we have so far discussed?
Raghu, to execute the template with the Ansible playbook, we have to use the index.html as template file name, is it?
No, see here, you created this index.html separately here. You don't
That
need
is created while playing the playbook.
not required. Just
Not
explain.
required.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, done. Go ahead, Raghu.
Okay, cool. Is working there.
Yep.
So fine. We can further define this way also, like the path right now we are using that giving the absolute path, right? So that is also you can define a variable, in this case like the document root. So in the in the destination, when you actually trying to give the destination path, you can simply use this flower bracket variable name. Now directly it will be copied from the local machine to there. So also you can supply mode, all this stuff. Now where do we learn about all these modules? So you can directly go to the official Ansible module list. So if you go to the Ansible module list, similar to your chapter resources, this is also a page wherein you can search all the modules. So for example, if you want, you are searching for a module, anything like that, like you can just search here, or you can look for that index, or here also you can check it out. There are n number of modules available here on the right hand side. The list is very big. We no need to remember all this because every now and then they will keep on updating new or introducing new modules. So how it will be classified, right? For example, let me go to here. Yeah. So module index. If you come here, just for monitoring, you can check it out. So what are the models do we have? Yeah, and then if it is cloud interactive, like I would like to go to cloud modules. So again, are you looking for Amazon modules or Alibaba, Ali Cloud, or Azure? It will be this followed here, Azure. So likewise, you can refer those modules and then start using that. So as simple as that. I'll give you this link to you. So if you are and if you're working in Ansible, yeah, so bookmarking this Ansible module will help you. Okay. So far, we have our own one inventory what was created. And then we were trying to push the playbooks to that particular destination. But in real time, let's say you are Ansible, working in the Ansible platform, you've written a playbook for a task provided by the development team or any application support engineering team. So they also will not have an idea about the inventory. So or it could be that the inventory can be different inventory. You really don't know because it is that application team is taking care of pushing those playbooks themselves. You don't have access. In such cases, generally the good practice is that you can also supply inventory separately. So for example, if there is a deployment window, only during this window, this playbook has to be executed and you will not be there in the shift. So what is the best practice you do? You will have the inventory created and give those details to the next engineer, and he'll follow those instructions and he'll apply that. So having our own inventory is the best option. Now, how do you do that? So can I create my own inventory separately with each playbook? Yes, if it is, what are the changes has to be done at the server side. We'll take one sample playbook with having a separate inventory. Also, we will try to use all those modules so far, whatever we have learned. For example, variables, templates, conditions, etc. So in any Ansible server, there will be one configuration file available called Ansible.cfg. In case if it is not there also, you can create one CFG file in the directory where the playbooks you are trying to execute. That is also fine. It is acceptable. And then you can create a separate inventory of your own for dev, production, or stage. Create a separate files. And of course, this is a templates folder in case if you have any templates folder. And this is the playbook. So close to 3-4 files we have created. Now, what is that? It has to be done at the Ansible or CFG file. So the file will be actually, a little larger, having a lot of details. And sometimes you can also create your own file in the current directory. And this is how you will be defining your inventory, file name, etc. So you use this defaults option tag and says that the host file of the inventory, which is in the current directory, is inventory_prod. So I'm also letting my Ansible do that hey, don't again ask me where is the host file and all these things. So I'm trying to false that particular check. So Ansible will not check for the host key file because any value is supplying during execution itself. So once that is done, I can design my inventory in a beautiful way so that it is self-explanatory. And tomorrow the environment becomes larger and larger. It will be easy for me. So how can we do that? So for example, you can create a variable name called web1, and this is the node IP. So Ansible SSH host, and this is database server, and this is the IP address. So this is a variable web1 and db1, both are created. Now I can again tag them. So web servers is web1. Here in this example, we only have one server, but in real time, when you trying to deploy a large complex application, you might be having 10 to 20 web servers, 3-4 database servers, 4-5 application servers, or etc. etc. So you can create a tag and the variable which you have created, which actually represents the IP address of that. Similarly, database servers. Now these two tags also now I can combine and create my own one more tag. In this case, data center children. So this is custom. This is not a keyword or something like that. It's just a variable which I have created. And under this, these two tags are added as a member. So in my playbook, when I'm writing some XYZ, I can use web servers, or I can use database servers separately in separate playbook, or I can use data center children, or I can use web1. Anything is fine. So I have multiple options now. So my inventory is now giving me a lot of opportunities to customize my playbook to talk to the respective environment. And suppose, let's say that I'm dealing with some one kind of a server where the credentials are required. So you can also define some variables. For example, the username is Docker, password is Docker. So I can use that in my playbook also. So for example, I want to log into the so-and-so machine, etc. Now, in the templates, yes, we can create multiple templates, keep it ready. And anyway, this is we just now you discussed now having index.html. So once everything is ready, then you can start writing the playbook like this, a host and so on, so inventory. Now this is variable, static variables defined, HTTP port, doc directory, maximum clients. I probably will be using in my Apache here and there. And interpreter is Python. Yeah, it is by default Python only, but yeah, if you want explicitly define also, you can define that. And yeah, same stuff, last prompt, what's your username, read that stored in a username. And there are multiple tasks. First task is just citing some installation of Python, because in case in the target machine, if that interpreter is not there, Ansible will be not able to communicate. So I would like to double check that this particular package exists. Library, C Linux, Python, something like that. And then install web server. So here we are using a module called yum. So the name of this package, which I would like to use, is stpd, state is present. But I would like to put a condition also. When the Ansible OS family is Red Hat, then use this stuff. If it is Ubuntu or Fedora, where do you get these details? You can use setup. We used that setup model yesterday, no? So you'll be knowing that what is the module name that. Yeah, one as yeah, it's okay. Yeah. So you can use this when condition also, that saying that this is my variable Red Hat, and if it is OS, then only please install this packages, stpd, etc. here. And then you also can go ahead and create a directory here. So in Ansible, we don't have a separate module called directory. It is the same module which we will be using, like for example, file. So file is a module through which we can use it directly in the directory here. So this way you can directly but let's try this one, this option. So start with Ansible or CFG. First, let me go to my machine. Where I'm under etc Ansible playbooks will come out of this. So we have Ansible or Cfg file already here. So let me see if I can find this Ansible or Cfg default section. Yes, so this is default section is available. Okay, so looks like so we can create a default section. Yeah, looks like it's there. So let's just create under the default section. Let create the inventory. I'll just start here only. The syntax here is that under this and defaults, we will be adding host file equal to inventory for the file name. And host key checking, I'm saying it as false. Means don't check for any inventory. So I'm just, if you're trying to follow with me, I'll also will give you these details to in the chart. So locate the file, locate the default section and try to add these two things. Save this file. Now let's create this inventory pod file. Currently I'm creating here only. Because our environment is not that big, so we'll just simply create only one thing called web1 and just update the IP address. So what was the IP address here? I think it is there in host file. This is the IP address. And then if you want, you can also create tags. We'll create one tag. Of course, we'll replace that with servers. Or let it be. We'll modify the playbook. Now we would like to create templates file here, folder templates. So I'll not create an HTTP file, but I'll just simply copy the index.html to this templates folder. So only one template we'll use. The same stuff mostly. So it's the same one which we have created. Anyway, http.conf we're not going to use anything. Now let's write in our own playbook. It's already there. I'm copying here. I also will put you once like where it then I'll put you in the meeting chat. We'll modify a few things. One is web servers, yeah, that is fine, let it be. Now sudo s. So this was actually duplicated in the latest edition of Ansible. Earlier it was sudo s, but now I think it has become s. And then these are the some of the variables. So here doc directories and Ansible, it seems. We created this folder. Okay, it is not there. So because again http.conf everything has to be modified. So I'll do one thing just to save this stuff because otherwise again I have to update this. I have to have templates folder. I'll do some modification here. So let this folder, let it be created, but while copying, I don't have http.conf, so I'll do one thing. I will copy image.html for now. And destination is not this, but I can use this separately. So what I'll do, I'll just modify this by the www.html and directly I can provide the variable name.
Can't we skip that step just in case if we don't want to do anything here?
Yeah, we can always do that. I think the slash is also there, so we should directly can give the file name. Oh, it's already there here, right? Okay. So maybe we can do one thing, we can remove this stuff. Panel is also not need because index.html is a static deployment, so not a dynamic deployment. So we really don't need any handlets to restart the service. Anyway, in the previous case, we just used that. That is just for what you call, to test the handlers. Now, instead of handlers, I just sequentially I just added here. So this is only one-time activity. Whenever we write any playbook, it will trigger this. That's okay. Not an effective way this way, but generally, but in your testing purpose, we'll try to do this. Now, because this is using a separate inventory, now we cannot use directly that like playbook and then all stuff. But anyway, first let me just check the syntax because we did a lot of changes. The error appears to be in DC Ansible web1.1 line 2. Okay, hosts. Yeah, it's saying that right now this inventory is not there. That is okay because we know that it was a separate inventory. So how do you do that? Now -I inventory underscore prod, and then you can remove the syntax one. If you want to just use just check, right? You can use check also. Test. Okay, web servers. Web servers is a typo error. Is there? Yeah. So let's just try removing it, check, and then try. Web servers, yeah, that is fine. Okay, I think the file is not, it is there, right? Why it is not okay? Oh, there's a typo error. The file name, I did not use R. One, task two, task three, create a directory, batch running, copy static files. Yeah, everything is fine. So it looks like it executed. Anyway, I think there will be no major changes. Do the same thing, but yeah, it has to. I just use test actually. The only difference we did is we used the custom inventory. So let me give this to you so that you can also just give a shot at your end. So I hope you created a dynamic inventory and anyway template is with you. So I'm just giving you this option and the command is this one.
Raghu, in the meanwhile, so we are checking the state, right? So what happens in case that package is not there? Is it gonna take care of installing that and proceed forward?
The task will be failed, but it will proceed.
Oh, it will proceed with the other steps.
Yeah.
So which may fail, right? Because we are
Yeah.
checking for that.
Correct. So for example, we'll do one thing. So we'll just do a typo error here. Let's say this is PYT, something like that. It's not there. And then try this. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, you're right. So the task, yeah, will halt and then it will not proceed. The execution will stop.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good for that.
The inventory, custom inventory file, we need to keep it under playbooks or where Ansible config file is there.
You can keep it here, but okay, I think I would have, I think I have directly written here, but so you can give absolute path where
Okay.
so that you can give the absolute path. We move to this to playbooks. So if you move inside that, make sure that the templates also moved.
Yep, I did that. So inventory product, I gave the absolute path.
Okay.
Templates, I moved from there to here and it's working. Yeah, done.
Right. So now what we notice is as we progress, this particular playbook becoming larger and larger. Yes. So of course, it is 30 lines, 40 lines, 50 lines, still we can manage. But if started, it is increasing more than 100, 200, 300 lines. So it is very difficult for us to manage. So to address this issue, what Ansible is having is Ansible is having a component called roles. So now roles, is it equal to playbook? Not really, but kind of. Now why I'm saying that not really, because the same playbook, whatever we right now created, it will actually will be going to the respective folders inside a role. So for example, task folder will be there, and under the task will be written. And for example, some handlers. So you'll be having a handlers, and then that is where you'll be creating and dumping the so and so there in the roles. Fine. So let's just start from a very basic role to get an idea. So what is that I'm doing is I'm just coming out of this playbooks folder. We have a roles folder already created. It's an empty. We don't have any roles here. So to create a role, empty role, I can use this command Ansible -galaxy space init. So let's say that what is the role we created? Web role, right? Yeah, web. So you'll get a confirmation that a web role is created. And it is basically a template, this command, which will actually create a lot of subfolders. So if you want to see all the subfolders inside that, what you can do, you can install this package called tree. So I use this command, tree space web. So on inside web, what are the folders and files, everything will be displayed. This is not an Ansible command, the Linux command. Now here under the web, we could see defaults main.yml, files, handlers, main.yml, meta, YAML, readme, task, and task separate main.yml, templates, test, variable. So you can write variables in a variable folder, task and the task folders, anything, and everything can do that particular stuff here. Very easy and extremely easy thing to manage. Tomorrow, if something goes wrong, you can really know where it went wrong and all that stuff. Okay. So anyway, we'll be creating some roles now. But what actually Ansible has done is Ansible is also having Galaxy. You can visit this official open repository where you can search for any type of roles. So for example, just search for a role. Let's say, what is the role? Apache, right? Or Apache or HTTPD. So you'll get a role. Well, people contributed a lot of open source mark. Okay. So you can find out a lot of roles here. Or I'm looking for Apache role or a Tomcat. You name it, you'll get it. This is Tomcat. So you can look at this score also. So what is the score? How many people downloaded? And this is what else it can do. So it can do this XYZ. This is LAMP, Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP. And this is, I think, only a month ago uploaded. Some Ansible AWS report, it seems. A lot of ready-made hundreds and thousands of roles available under the Galaxy. You can search for any type of role. So if I'm looking for Tomcat role, you can search for Tomcat role. Tomcat Ansible. This is past 5x5 score. Probably I think there's some complex ones. Yeah, Zaxos, right? I think, yeah. So a lot of people use this one. So this got only this much. So yeah, so you can get any this thing. And no, I don't want to get very complicated one. Can I just get some learn Tomcat, something like that? Extremely simple one. Let me see. I do score. Huh? Okay, let me see. So click on this. Generally, a lot of details will be there. Details. I don't know that we have so many details here. Tomcat, Java, Tomcat port, etc. And this is how we have to create a role after downloading. Fine. Let me try this one. I don't know whether it will work or not, and I'm just trying this thing. So there's a command here. Copy this, and I'm inside the role folder, trying to download this. So by default, actually it downloads roles under root.ansible roles folder. Where are we? We are already here. So that is the default nature actually. This is where. Now under this roles, I'll write my own role to talk to this. That's fine. Let it be. First of all, let me just check it out. What it is there inside this. So inside this, we have task. So I'll go to the task first of all. And then main dot. So I'll start reading from here. So okay, this guy, okay. So it's written something in different language, So use this task file. One is shell, okay, probably using a shell format install Tomcat. We don't want this complex also. So let me get another one on this.
Can we uninstall as well the way we install Ansible Galaxy?
Yeah, we can. We can just remove the folder. The config HTTP with HA proxy. Okay, let me try this one. Guess this is not that complex, but got a full score. I don't know what it is. Okay, this is also. Okay, looks like this is a little lighter one. Let me try this one. Copy here. Download this. Three. Oh, this is anyway. So you have to use one, right? So it looks like the sites available example to virtual host, everything you have just configured inside this. So that is fine. I will take any one. Now, how do you write a role? So you would have actually given the details. So you would have created the details, right? So this is how you need to call your role. So the name of the role, this is what actually you have to write. So you have to use this in your playbook. So of course you have to can create your role dependency files also, something like these things in case if you want to create dependency. But that's fine. I just want to create a role here. So how my playbook will be, my playbook will be under this thing, a very extremely simple one, web.yml or apache.yml, whatever. I'm just not calling that role, call apache.stpd. I hope that is the name of the role. So let me just try this one. Hyphen playbook .yml syntax the role Apache stpd, it is not there. What is the exact name of this one? Maybe we have to give the exact name. I can remove that rename also, that is also fine. Also, by the way, this one. So let's check it out now. Postmaster. Okay, so that is we're not using any dynamic inventory, right? Yeah. So anyway, so that some I think you're using a lot of stuff. So I'm not bothered about how to troubleshoot, but just to give you an idea, this is how this is written. So I can also create an empty role and then start filling up. We just now talked about, right? So for example, the same playbook, I will try to convert this to the role. So first thing is I'll go to task, edit main.yml. So whatever we have that in the task, where was that our file? Or I'll just copy it from our existing. So here we don't need write everything like host and all this thing. Just copy only the task part. So I'm just referring our meeting notes, and then I'm just copying the task parts here. So one advantage is that that indentation problem will be now solved. I can simply use only 2 spaces for all my this thing.
Like tasks, we can split where's, proms, all those things. Is it?
Yeah, correct. So task, under this task, we will save the task. Now we'll come out of task. And then we'll go to VARs. Under VARs, add the variables. So where are the variables? I think we have some variables, right? This one. Because VARs prompt also you can add. We are not using all these variables in Playbook, but this is just for practice purpose. How do you add this thing? So like this, so you can put analysts, you can put anything under the analyst section. We don't have any analysts here. So you can also, what else we have? We have files. In case if you have static files, you can put in static files. Defaults, anything to be added here, you can add there, the default section. And then metadata, basically information about this particular role. And then templates, anything you want to deploy, templates you can put here. Test is something you want to test this particular playbook in a testing environment. That's a Docker containers or likewise. So you can do that in the testing case, or you want to put it something there. Variable section that we just now discussed. So where it's all variables also can add under the variable sections we just now added. So this role, I know we did not test it properly, but this is what you'll be writing here. Now you come to outside of this role folder, simply add the inventory and then put a role and just call it a role. That's it. If you have multiple roles, you can put a comma also. That is also there. Or you want to supply some arguments. So you can supply the arguments also. So likewise, you can have a separate role for separate task. So let's say Java installation, you separate have a role on, and then Tomcat separate role, JDK separate role, STPD, Nginx, IHS, or anything you want to install. You can either develop your own role or you can download your own role from the Galaxy here. Yeah. So you also have some categorization. So if you go to home, I'm looking for some roles on the cloud part. So you can click on the cloud part. Now go to anything like AWS is like your tower, the Kubernetes. You have some playbooks here. Nowadays, like people are only looking at the Kubernetes playbooks. This is and official repository. This the A symbol. This is cloud part, OpenStack, Ansible. So, for example, if we click on the Kubernetes, collection of Ansible. So a lot of I think roles are available. Probably I think this is Kubernetes installation. Yeah, definitely. How much are people downloaded? A lot of people downloaded. Scoring is not given, but anyway, this is the official one. You can read me what it can do. kubectl installation, inventory source, modules installation package. Yeah, a good one. So likewise, you can look for any rules and all this stuff. So this is a little bit, about their roles. Now, I think I have some repository where we can try some roles also. Let me just go to my repository. Collections are there. Not sure if I have any role or not. Role.text. Okay. Yeah. So use this. I think this is steps. I think as part of practice I've uploaded a few days ago. Oh, when it was so last year. Okay. So use this one and let me see if you can create one role on your own. The steps are. I've just given you the link. Steps are there. I think it's already tested properly. Yeah, handlers, templates is also the same template that we have used, right? How do you call this role? So that is also mentioned there. So just try this option. I just like to wait for some time just to get at least one role you created, right? You'll get some good insight about that role and hands-on on that. I'll give you some time to you. Like, yeah, I'll give you like 5 to 10 minutes. Is it done? Anyone try?
No, I didn't try. I'll try tomorrow.
Oh, is it? Okay. I thought like someone is trying. Okay. So give a try. You'll get a good insight. It's very simple. Like just add everything under that, and then you'll be able to easily do that. Fine. So now, what else now we can do with Ansible? So can I spin up an EC2 machine in AWS using a playbook? That's my requirement. Means if I trigger, it has to spin up one EC2 machine. Yeah. So let's give a try for that. My Ansible is outside. I mean, it is. I don't have any credential in all these things. So in AWS, we can go to IAM and get an user create, right? You can get the credentials. So let me do that. So what the task is, write a playbook to spin up a EC2 machine. So let me go to Identity Access Management. Users. One. Let me delete this one. I'm just going to give a name called EC2. And I don't need a console access. I just need a API, programmatic access. The bottom right, next. So I'd like to attach some existing policies so that it can have some access to that. So what access I want to give? I just need EC2 full access. Yeah. Just giving EC2 full access to this user. Next. Review. And then create the user. So you will get a CSV file. You can just download the CSV file, or anyway, you can get access key and secret key also. Anything is fine. So I'm just interest of time. I'm just downloading the CSV. Here, close this. So from outside, I will try to connect to this AWS console using this EC2. And so my playbook will connect to this stuff, and then it should spin up an EC2 machine. That's my requirement. And I'm new. I want to learn about the cloud modules. So what I can do, how I can go to cloud module section. So this is my Amazon resources. Am I having any EC2 resources? So you can check it out, search for it. So EC2, what it can do, it can create, terminate, start, or stop an instance in EC2. Okay, looks like this is what I'm looking for it. So you can just check it out. And then the description of this resource, the module actually, not resource, and different parameters of this resource. So you want public IP, and what is access key, secret key, count, default is 1, I mean how many machines you need, tagging. So all the attributes. So generally when you spin up EC2, so all the attributes will be there, right? So all those attributes also mentioned here. Also some examples also will be given to us. How to write an EC2 here, how to write in all this stuff. So examples also will be there. You can visit some lot of examples to learn about this EC2, how to write that. And I would like to get some public IP, or I would like to deploy in Mumbai region, Singapore region. So what are the attributes? The image ID, the instance type. Do you have any group ID? So many things will be there. So you can get all those examples by practicing this stuff. Anyway, what I've done, I already created multiple such kind of playbooks or roles. So let me see one I can easy one I can take. I think I'll try to take this EC2 spin. This is good. This is a simple one to start with. I'll just do one thing. I'll copy this. Do git pull git and all this thing, but anyway, this is a simple file, right? I'll just copy here to my machine. So this is not a role. I'll go to Playbooks. PAACT.yml. So here a name, create a new demo EC2 instances. So here, what is that we are doing is host is local. Okay, now this is not there. But why do we use this thing? So just in case, I don't want to talk to any client here, because what I'm doing here from here, I'm trying to talk to an API, AWS. So generally people will use this step. Connection is also local, means don't connect to any other machine. The other facts we discussed, anyway, it is false. Now in which region it is? So Aspect South 1. Now this is the region, right? So where do you get that region? So the best way, if you want to get a region, you can go to, what is my console? Or you can actually get it from your in a URL also. From here also you can get it. If you access this to console page also, you will get this thing. What is the region? AP South 1, you can get that details also. You can also scroll down and then you can get the zones, regions, everything from here. Now, what is the instance type? T2 micro. And the AMI ID which you want to deploy. So this AMI ID, okay, in this case, I think is using Ubuntu. Let me do one thing. Let me take the Amazon one and go to the AMI section. This is my AMI ID. This is not an Ubuntu one, but yeah, EC2 one. Next one. And what is the PEM file? I think there are a lot of PEM files. I'm not sure whether this is there or not. But we can go. I think I can go to again EC2 dashboard and directly search for this security repeated testament key pairs here. So I can take one. I think we are using 7th May 21, I guess, right? Yeah, maybe this key I can take. Oops. So all these are variables I'm creating. They are not, get used. Now, what is this one? This is the security key and the access key which I am trying to access to AWS. I do not want that to be available in the plain text format. So there is a variable called batch_file wherein I can create an encrypted file where I can store this stuff. So this is a file which I am going to create after completing this. Now this is my task. First one is create an EC2 instance. So the module we are using is EC2, right? This is what actually the one which we are learning here. The access key is AWS access key. This parameter I will create under pass.yml file. So the same thing, AWS secret key I'm going to create. And this is variable. Just now I created key pair. This is the key pair name. And okay, group. I was delivering to this company. I was mentioning that. So what was the group I'm creating? So group name Default group, security groups. We will use the default group where I opened all the ports. So I think the name is default. Generally in real time, we'll be having our company security group. Now this is my instance type where I mentioned, right, T2 micro. And image ID AMI also mentioned web defined in the variable. So waiting true. Yes, I just want to wait for some time before this playbook, completes and returns that stuff to me. Region I mentioned already, Mumbai, AP South 1. Count 1 default means how many machines. So I don't want to use anything. So what is the display tag you want to give? Tag like demo, I would like to instance tag demo, something. And this is subnet. Then Mumbai, just check the subnet, is it correct or not? This is VPC ID. Okay, this is VPC ID. What is that? It is subnet or VPC subnet ID. Maybe we can go take an instance dashboard. Or take any instance of this. Check where it is running. Yes. Subnet is plus VPC subnet. Yeah. And do you want public IP? Yeah, because anyway it's a public VPC. I would like to have a register EC2. Yes, we just now discussed the register. Nothing but the output. Entire thing will be stored there. Let's save this now and create a Passthat YML. So how do you create a Passthat YML? I think I given the instructions also. Yeah, this did I not given? Okay. So I think are here. So you need Boto 3 to access this stuff. So anyway, I'm not going to install. While executing the playbook, it will throw errors. We'll troubleshoot on that based on that. So first of all, let me create the Passthat YML. So to create the wall, we will use this vault command, Ansible vault create. Follows file name pass.yml. So you can set up a pass. I'm just setting a password test. Yes. So open that editor. So we just now downloaded one file, right? I'm just opening that. This is my access key. AWS underscore access underscore. So the variable which we created just now, right? Colon space this one and AWS underscore secret underscore key is this one. Different. Here it is. So save this file. So now, even if you try to cat this file, you get encryption. It is encrypted. So how do you edit this file? So in case if you want to edit, right, you have to use ask Ansible ball edit. That's the password. And then you can edit this file. So the password.yml is created. So just check it out. That parameters, is it correct or not? Yes. If the file name is correct, yes. That's good. So let's try to execute this thing. But because it is using Vault, you have to just ask they will ask the password. So test. But actually before that, I would like to check the syntax, right? One second. Syntax. Test. Okay, looks like no syntax issue. Okay, the local thing is missing. Yeah, the local was not defined, so we have to define that. So vi etc Ansible host. So what you can do, please use this local again. So all looks good. So let's try to execute this playbook and then see this playbook is now spinning or not. Just the password. So there is one more thing. Okay, Boto 3 is missing. Yeah, we have to install Boto 3. Let me see first of all whether we have Boto 3 available or not in my repository. So yes, we have a Boto 3 package available. Let's get installed this one. This is Python package which will deal with provisioning anything stuff. Okay, now let me execute this. Okay, Ansible facts discover interpret within Python change or Boto required. Okay, looks like required Boto also. So there is Boto also available. So let me install Boto also. Now try to spin it up. So this time look like it is working. So taking some time creating an ACID instance. So let me go to my AWS console. What was the name we given? I think demo, right? Yeah. So demo got created. Yes. So we could able to create the demo here. You want to try this one? I can give you the details.
Raga, I think you can share the instruction set with us. I think we can try it later.
Okay. Fine. So what I'll do, I will first of all the cookbook I will give you or the playbook. Sorry. Don't try this one. Try the other one. This is the one. But again, the prerequisites for this is you have to create a IAM, AWS IAM you have to create and take that particular key. So also once you've done all that stuff, probably you can go ahead and remove all these machines. It's a very quiet. Is it because of weekend starts or what? Everybody is exhausted, working from home.
Maybe they are parallelly looking into something else.
General, right? In the corporate training, we used to tell that don't close your laptop because it is virtual. We cannot do that. That's the problem. One training, what that manager has done is he has to switch on videos for everybody.
Okay.
So because manager used to watch that whether randomly whether if anybody is listening or not. I mean, that is to micromanagement, but no option, right? Because all are virtual and it is very difficult to monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can visit this particular repository. So many practices playbooks are available. So you can check it out, all the stuff, and then play around with that particular stuff here. I also have one cheat sheet given here, uploaded here. So wherein some all frequently used functions, all that stuff is there. One single path which is sources internet. Also I have some documentation also available in case if you are willing to access, please go ahead. I think it is very good documentation. It's about all the Ansible stuff. So I think I also have in my local tutorials. Yeah, let's go to this tab. This one, my team actually written for me long back. Same thing, whatever we have discussed, all these things will be available. All the exercises, inventory exercises, extremely simple exams with all added commands, explanation. There's all that whatever we have discussed, so it will be there mostly, and also you may find some detailed explanation also there. Yeah, it's a good one to start. Also, I think the role is also there. Don't copy directly; it may not work properly. I get something good. So you have variables, debug modes, prompts, handlers, conditionals, templates, sample cookbooks, roles. Yeah, this role also same one, the one which I given you in GitHub link, right? That is also there here. Galaxy things also there. Vault, I think this is VM based project. It is basically. Anyway, now we have used AWS, right? And then you also have some like load balancer creations. So I also kept those things also here. LB load balancer and bundle with your EC2. So the exercise was that I create a project role. One is EC2, one is ELB, wherein you have to create a load balancer and two machines, install Apache and Tomcat and all that stuff. Separate role you have to create, and then call that from your main role. You want to give a try that project. If you want, you can do that. I'll explain you in just in a diagram what is that my requirement is. So this is my requirement to create a load balancer, EC2 machine, EC2 machine. So here you need to install both Libers proxy, STPD, Tomcat, same stuff here. STPD, Tomcat. And you know about health string, right? Load balancer, you have to configure health string. You have an idea about that? Health string? No? Okay, just this health string is something like adding, monitoring these nodes from LB.
In Azure, we are having Gel Probe, right? So,
Correct. Yeah, right. The same one. Yes. So this load balancer will be having a pool where these nodes will be added. So that project you need to do in Ansible. So how do you do that? Is you need to write separate playbooks for each one of these things. We just tried with EC2, right? And then write a separate for ELB. And separate playbook role for HTTPD. Separate role for Tomcat. Separate, probably I think reverse proxy you can include here in HTTP also. Now you need to create a wrapper playbook. where you need to call all these roles. It's not EC2 role, ELB role, HTTP proxy. So this is the requirement. So you have some good weekend. So try these options and see if we can complete this project. Can you do that? This project very simple, right? We already have all the examples in GitHub. EC2 is there, ELB is there. You just need to go ahead and create an IAM account and start working on that. And I think you're talking about Azure also, right? Azure is also there, right? So you can also go to Azure section. Where was it? Yeah, Azure section, and see if there are because in Azure also there are some playbooks also available. I mean, roles this thing on there. See if you can access this Azure stuff also. Azure VM creation. Play around with that. Credentials and all these things you need to probably create in Azure and start with that.
Sure.
Yeah, so that's all from my end from the Ansible point of view. Anyone having any questions? So out of all these configuration management tools such as Chef, Puppet, Ansible, which one do you think is more flexible and easy one? More organized one?
Raghu, can you please come again? I lost.
No, I was asking because you gone through what do you call Chef and you also gone through Puppet and Ansible, no? So which one you feel that it is more easy to understood and write and develop and apply solutions?
Oh, okay. So in our company, we use Python extensively. So I think because of Python support, Ansible looks so easy. And most of the formats are indentation based.
Okay. Yeah, the advantage is that, of course, definitely with Ansible that you can also provision the environment. Is anyone having any questions? Feel free to ask me before we take break for the weekend. Are you using Kubernetes also in your environment? Kubernetes, Docker Swarm.
I'm not sure about the Dockers, but yeah, I knew a few of the projects we have used Dockers. Yeah, not Kubernetes.
Vikram, you're saying something.
Yeah, we are using AKS cluster, Kubernetes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it like open source or enterprise edition?
Enterprise.
Which one you are saying?
Azure Kubernetes service.
Okay, AKS. Okay.
Yeah, Azure managed. Not we are not managing. Azure will be managing. We are working on nodes and.
I see. So any on-prem solutions here for Kubernetes?
I am very much new into this. Yeah.
Okay.
Still,
yeah, these are like managed services, no? So I mean, OpenShift or Docker UCP or open source K that you're not using, right?
No.
Okay, got it.
For building images, we are using Docker, and after Docker build, we are deploying using Kubernetes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. I feel much comfortable on Ansible compared to Chef and Puppet.
How is it? Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a YAML, right? Human readable format, no? So it is easy to understood, easy to read, and also implement
Mm.
in simple language. But yeah, some people, generally people they are comfortable with Chef also. But again, it is varies from the role to role because based on our background, we will feel which one is comfortable.
Yes.
Okay, I think yeah. So if there are no questions, I'll give you. I think we have 6 more minutes. So I'll give you 6 more minutes back to you. So yeah, have a good weekend and see you on Monday then at the same time.
Yeah. Have a great weekend too, Raghu. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
all.
Bye.